Good morning, America, and wherever you are in this big world, my good friend. Today, do I have something special for you? You bet. Now, we are November the 5th, and this is actually the date of the SOS Shocking Unusual window. This Uranic window is one of the most weird, special, electrifying, amazing type of window that usually those windows are used by the Draconis or the reptilius to enter our dense physical world. And do I have something special to tell you today? The actual title of this newsletter, and you must read it and you must see the pictures of that trip that we had in San Diego. The title is Why Reptilius or Draconis Extraterrestrial Groups Choose You or Did Not Choose You. Shocking SOS to the World window, November the 5th, 2019. Warning. So the last video that I did in the last newsletters was incomplete because, as you know, from now on, I'm not giving those SOS to the world deadly window to the public. Only those who are interested, smart enough, curious enough, like all our precious VIPs, get to know what's ahead of them through the entire year. And, you know, we share everything, pictures, experiences like this one. So, as I said earlier, this is going to be a very interesting newsletter. Very, very uranic, very special, very shocking. All right, so I met my good friend Alma, my celestial sister. And I also met her wonderful husband, William, and of course, Tom, which is their magical friend, put it this way. I'll tell you what, Alma is a true gifted high master channeler. She can easily connect with the spirits of light and love, and she's all about light and love. That's a given. To connect with my wife, which has the head of the dragon in Leo, which is a machine of love. And to see those two ladies connecting tells me that she's definitely an angel of light. So there is quite a lot of important informations that was divulged into this lecture. And knowing that Mercury is retrograde, I knew we were going to have some problems, technologically speaking, but nothing, of course, that Williams could not handle, and he did well. But also it means the people of the past are coming back. And was I shocked when I saw this client of mine telling me, hey, Dr. Turi, you know, you did a reading for me in 1989. That's kind of very, very interesting. So we were expecting much more people, but we had like 20 or more. That is due to the time change also in California that happened to be on that day, and Mercury being retrograde, forcing people to either, you know, lose their direction or something happened, they couldn't make it. This is what you do. This is what you can expect when Mercury is retrograde. Your plan ain't gonna go smooth. And it worked for me because when Mercury is retrograde, as explained in the video, it's like a train that goes that way. Then God says, slow down and stop. And now back up because there are a lot of people who miss the boat. There's a lot of people who need to understand a few things. So they need to go back in that train because we're going so fast. So Mercury is designed to make you reevaluate what you have accepted as reality or was true. Okay, any messed up communication, transportation is going to screw up your washer, your dryer, your telephone, every part, every moving part in your car is sensitive to that Mercury retrograde. You're trying to go places. Next thing you know, you have a lot of work. Your roads are blocked. God knows what, typical Mercury retrograde. So I've explained all that, but in my case, it helped me a lot, because being retrograde means I could reach those people in a very, very spiritual way, in a very deep, mystical, spiritual way. And I believe I did so. So there are a bunch of pictures that you will see on that newsletters. And remember that while the attendance was limited, only a few people, those who were there, were what you call, I wouldn't say privileged selects of the divine, but more or less chosen ones. Okay, those were supposed to be there, to meet me there. And then the less people we have in those conferences, the more connected I can be and talk to them at a personal level. So when I do a conference, when I have 2, 4, 5, 600 people in front of me, and when I have 20, 30, 40, there's a lot of difference in terms of connecting with these people. So even though the response was phenomenal, especially after reaching for Draco telepathically and offering the participant attendants the proof of how highly, highly spiritual, even divine connection. And as a rule, Pluto, which is a very negative planet, could conduct the reptilius. This planet, for some reason, did not appear to, and the reptilians did not appear to bother us too much, just at the very end. So, but I have to come to a point where we went after the conference, after the lecture, we went to the high mountain in California. We arrived quite late because we had to stop at the hotel, book the room, we ate something, we connected, you know. And then by the time we met there, met all the people, there was total darkness. It was absolutely magnificent. All the stars were so shiny, so brilliant. But my God, was it cold. Remember, Tara and I were out from Arizona. We had what you call snake blood after 10 years at 120 normal temperature from us. As soon as you turn that thing down, we are frozen to death. And then, of course, Alma kept bringing socks, jacket, blanket, and then put all this on top of Tarana, even myself. And we were still frozen to death. And I knew it was just a matter of time before we could not handle it anymore. But we saw two very beautiful shooting stars, what appears to be shooting stars. I know they were not shooting stars. I know they were ships that were being too close to the Earth. That's the Plutonic reptilius being a little bit too close. And then what you sometimes see as a shooting star is nothing else, one of these scout ships being destroyed by the Draconis. So they don't want us to be too close to us. So everything went absolutely phenomenal until the moment where we had to excuse ourselves because we were going to die, frozen to death. All these people that were just happy and relaxed and talking and moving around and, you know, totally normal. We were blah, 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 blah. I remember once we went to San Diego in the middle of August and we ate outside by the sea. We were frozen. We couldn't stay outside. We had to go inside of the restaurant and everybody was outside. That's what you get, you know. Our body adapted to this such a high temperature, so we can take the heat, but we cannot take the cold. So I apologize to all the people that wanted us to stay a little bit longer, but we didn't. I really, really teased Draco that night. I even used my own technology to, you know, to see something, you know, but I didn't want to see just a light or a ship being, you know, destroyed by the Draconis. I wanted to see a real UFO, a real flying saucer appear behind the mountains. That's what I had in mind. And to do so, I had to really, really use my laser in specific constellation to try to get the attention. But maybe I didn't stay long enough or didn't try hard enough. We had to leave, literally. So we went back to the hotel. We were so exhausted because I left Phoenix the day before around what 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so then arrived. put all the stuff in the room, help, of course, those who are also with us, move their stuff. So I did a lot of action, and I was, in turn, and I participated in helping. We were exhausted. So we went to bed and we crashed, literally. The next day, we walk around the casino. I said to Terania, well, Mercury is retrograde, but me, one of these machines don't work properly and we can win something. So we start with a machine, we start to make money. I have two pockets, one for the winning and one for the losing, which means anything I win goes in the left pocket and everything that I lose get in the right pocket, so to speak. When there is no more on the right, well, that's it. That's how it is. So we end up with 50-50. So, and then we just, we just decided to go. So we were driving in the mountain. We left San Diego. We were on top of the mountain, and then the telephone rang. Here goes Alma and Williams. Hey, how you doing, guys? This and that. So we start to, reconnect a little bit, and thanking them for all that we did, and asking them if they saw something after we left, and then nothing, or nothing special. I wasn't there. I don't know. So from what they told me, they've seen a few things, and I know I've seen a few things too there. So, and then we start to talk about, various group of extraterrestrials, and then we lost them. We were high in the mountain. Mercury is retrograde on top of that, so there is no way that communication could go on. So I start to talk to Terania, and I ask her a few things, because she was asking, but how do you know the good from the bad, and how do we attract the good and the bad? I said, but did you hear what I said? Yeah, I heard it a few times, but so I asked her another time. I said, honey, what is the opposite of gold? And then she started to think. She says, well, I'm not sure. Silver? I says, no, silver is like gold. I don't think it's going to rust easily. Okay, gold is a metal of love and light, which is the reflection of the sun, because the tears of God from the Indian represent gold nuggets. The gold is love, light, and you make jewelry to show your love, your appreciation for something that is eternal. Gold, you can put gold in the ocean forever, it will not rust. So that is the energy of the sun that is stimulated, that is collected and shared by the Draconis to replenish our mind, our body, our cells, and help us to create beautiful things. So positivity, it all comes down to the duality and positivity. So this is what I explained to her what gold is all about. I said, when I give you your gold ring, when we got married, it's just to show you my eternal love that will never rust. Put it this way. So she understood that. And then I said, now, the opposite of gold is something that rusts. And what is it that rusts? What rusts? Metal. And what do you do with metal? Do you carve metal to give to eternal love? No, you make bullets, machine gun, cannon, tanks, knife. And that's why all the reptilius infected people have guns. That's why I told you in my other video, if you decide to go in one of those parks and you don't want to disappear, but make sure you don't go with a knife or a gun, because that's going to attract the reptilius. Or again, as I mentioned in my lecture, Travis Walton was in a truck. The truck was loaded with axes to cut the trees and chainsaw, and they all probably had guns or knives. So this energy, this Martian energy, Mars, the lord of war, danger, who regulates the animal kingdom and how they treat themselves with their natural weaponry, fangs and claws, tearing themselves apart or humans apart. Okay, that energy is not compatible to the Draconis. So, because he was born in April, he's impulsive, like all Aries, didn't think twice. He wanted to be the man of the show and went into the flying saucer. And next thing you know, the energy didn't agree and he got electrocuted. So in my case, I had a flying saucer 30 feet above my head. I went even inside. I hadn't been cooked or electrocuted. So I'm trying to give those information to those people. And it's very difficult when you have accepted a specific reality to move on to something else. You know, as I said in the conference, all roads leads to Rome. In other words, every one of us, and that includes Alma or any other UFO speakers, has their own gift, their own interpretation, their own value, their own spiritual potential to attract the divine or the reptilians, because you cannot live in a world which is only one-sided. You cannot have a God without a devil, a day without a night, a man without a woman. You cannot have the reptilius without the Draconis. You cannot have a positive without a negative. It doesn't matter how spiritual and how committed you are, you cannot separate those two forces that have been with us since forever. And inside our reptilius and Draconis mind, we have a reptilius mind, the reptilian mind, I'm sure you heard of that. And then you have the Draconis mind. So you already have in you both the positive and the negative. That's why you have two eyes, two arms, two legs, two sides of the brain. Okay. And then you cannot walk in one leg or see distance with one eye. Use logic. Okay. So negativity cannot interfere with positivity. If you're supremely positive, you are going to attract positivity. It's a given. Okay, remember, a magnet will attract a piece of wood. Okay, so if you're extremely positive, you're going to attract people that vibrate at your cosmic speed. Okay, and you're going to help those who attend our conferences to benefit from the person that they vibrate the most with. Okay, you are not going to bring an atheist or religious fanatic in those conferences, because there are reptilians infected. Okay, God is their science, or one of the 875 religious figures become their gods. They do not understand, or they do not know that, again, the reptilians have created all religion and put them in their boxes. But humans are also not only machine of habits, good and bad, smoking, drinking, pot, God knows what, or exercise, but we are also being given the power not only to grow psychically, but also to create and to change. That's why life is a constant process of eternal changes. So when somebody vibrates at your speed, or in other words, you can connect with people only because of your experiences. If you share the same experience with those people, they're going to vibrate at your speed. Your education, if you have been studying the same stuff, you'll be attracting those people. Your experience, your education, of course, your intelligence, or your UCI, your unique celestial identity. If your stars are very different than another person, you can dance on your head. That person will never, ever connect with you. It's just the way it is. It's karmic. And that's why sometimes those people are so very opposite, attract each others, so they can learn from each others. You know, I always told you, there is only one good, great man on this planet. And you know who that is? Oh, and Dr. Turi, it's all of us. That's the beauty and the message of the world of Aquarius, which is affecting through those intelligence, good and bad, and stimulating our mind to do things good or to do things bad. All right. I hope I was able to reach you in this little explanation. But what I'm getting at is that we couldn't reconnect with Alma and William. So we were driving and we were talking. And all of a sudden, Tanya looked at me and says, "Oh my God." I said, "What? What? This came off the chain." But how can this come up the chain? It's impossible, even if I try physically to remove that from the chain, because I had to go and pass it on the little hole inside. It's impossible. Yet, my UFO protective talisman made of 24 karat gold came off the chain as I was talking and explaining to Draco that gold is love and light. So if you wear a lot of gold, or if you are supremely positive, you are going to attract the Draconis. And if you're negative and surround yourself with steel, guns, bullet, tank, chances are you're going to be killed. You're going to be under the power of the reptilius. And that was just like freaking crazy. Well, that was just an omen from Draco telling me, hey, we are right, we are real, and we are with you. That was my message. I knew this window being shocking and explosive and unusual that attracts the UFOs and incredible experiences was going to be doing something to us, but never in a million years I would ever believe that the chain would come out of something that is impossible to do. I don't have any explanation. I'll explain it to you the best way I could. It's a magical thing. It's Draco sending me his own omen, a message that I'm right when I talk about gold, the light, and the opposite, which is metal. So the only thing at that meeting that we went on top of the mountain, I noticed this right away. On the left side, we had huge construction equipment. And then I walk a little bit with Terania towards further up, and we saw steel plate of 3-4 inches, steel plate packed on top of the other one. The entire area was Martian. The entire area was steel. And I thought, okay, I have to work a little bit harder to attract the Draconis in such environment. And then I'm not sure. But obviously the cold did not make me and Terania stay long enough. And some people were also amazed. They said, wow, we've never seen this equipment here before. That something is weird. Well, something is weird. That's exactly what the energy is all about. So I knew it would be kind of difficult, even with my best possibilities, my will to attract the Draconis, because we were in a Martian steel environment. In fact, not only people should wear gold, but they should leave their car away, and they should, because cars is steel. Okay, so people who see extraterrestrials, most of the time they do it in a remote area, not necessarily with their car. Meantime, remember when the flying saucers were on top of my head, my brother's car died. It was a car, but he died. So what happened is that the Draconis sometimes are able to make sure to neutralize the technology or to neutralize this car. That's why maybe when they turn all the light off and put that thing on top of us in the car, they kind of neutralize the negative Martian metal energy that could interfere with whatever they were doing. So I'm trying to give you plausible explanation, Shannon and Draco, to something I'm still myself digesting and investigating and even translating for you. So next time you want to see UFOs, wear a lot of gold. Okay, try to leave your cars behind you. Don't take anything that is metal. Okay, I mean, you have your car keys. I understand. Maybe you should put all your keys in one bag and then leave the bag in one of the car. Whatever. Just try to understand what I'm saying to you. Aim for love, light, gold, the sun, the Draconis, which are using those energy to help us. All right, the reptilians are doing totally the opposite. You got to use logic. Remember, positive, negative. That's all it is. So watch those pictures, and then you're going to see the pictures of my talisman, both sides. You can see that it's practically impossible to take that chain out. And God knows, I was walking all over the place last night. I mean, that night there, I was walking all over the conference room. I was walking all over the casino. I was walking all over the place. I could have easily lost that thing. I could have lost it. No, it fell off my neck in my car, right on my lap. And Terania saw everything, and she was going totally insane. And then the telephone, we worked again, and then we tried to express our powerful emotions to Elma and to Williams. But, unless you see it yourself, it's very difficult to connect with the impossible, put it this way. So after that, I decided to say, well, you know what? We're going to cross, we're going to be close to the Mexican border. So why don't we just go there, do some shopping, something that I need, and eat some good Mexican food. So go there and see the pictures and see the type of food we ate. So as far as the predictions for today, which again, we are the fifth, here they are. The quatrain is very simple. Entrail, upset, spit above, volcanic eruption. For red, fire, wind, water, to dance, could be tornado, star command, shock science, scientists wondering how the hell I've always picked up earthquake at or at above 6.0, calm deception to strike. Remember the last SOS window that I gave you, okay, was around the 29th, and we had two earthquakes. We had the 6.6 and the 6.5, both in the Philippines. And today, exactly dead on, the window that I gave, okay, not only you will see earthquakes at or above 6.0, but two earthquakes took place. One is a 6.1, okay, in Chile, and the other one is 6.6 in the Tonga. Again, am I real or not? Positive, negative, up and down, black and white, Reptilius, Draconis. You have now, again, the proof. But this will make more sense to you if you are a VIP, if you are into the cosmic code, and if you ahead of time, you read the quatrain and you read the word earthquakes, high probability. And again, you're going to see those highly educated idiots scratching their educated head. How the hell this little Frenchman astrologer does this? Thanks, Turi. All right, let's see what weird news do we have. Impeachment bombshell highlight Trump's power grabs. Again, a bombshell, surprising, unusual, incredible, baffling. We are into that energy. Why do you think that thing came off my neck? UFOs, baffling, incredible. And as far as Trump is concerned, of course, the word bombshell of shocking is transpiring. I remember my predictions. Imagine what's ahead of us. You guys have put this guy in power. He's a human being like you and me, and he has his stars. Now, like the German people have suffered the stars of Hitler by putting him in power, we are going to suffer the stars of Trump. That's why this country is so split between the Draconis and the reptilius. Now, wherever you stand is your perception of what's good and bad. If you're a conservative and you don't want anybody here and you're very restrictive, that's reptilius, but you might think, oh, hey, I think that's a positive. So it's how you perceive your reality. Okay, we understand this one. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely mind-boggling. 9 people killed near the US-Mexico border. Apparently, those people were Mormons, and 4 small children and 2 infants were killed. And if you look at the keywords, children are mentioned, the news around children, shocking. Well, they could be just that they had something that those people wanted. Remember, these people have no respect for life. They're so reptilius infected, they'll kill you for $1. Maybe they don't agree on your religion, or maybe you're white. I don't know, but it's definitely reptilius infected. And my heart goes to the family, to the friends of those poor victimized by such nasty entities. And I hope you will realize the importance of helping me and sharing my work and my videos, my friends. Be part of the solution, please. Man stabbed to death after argument over Popeye chicken sandwich. Jesus, have mercy, mercy. You go to buy a sandwich somewhere, and now you got a sucker that kills you. Well, why? I won't even read it because it's so reptilius infected. I don't want to put too much negativity in my mind. But man, imagine when we're going to hit the mad dance of evil because of Trump stars in the next 2 years or so. When you see something like that, imagine, oh my gosh, please, please Woman found dead, was killed by her own Great Dane. Here again we go. If you listen to the video yesterday or the day before that I made, that little girl get mauled to death by some people. That old lady got cornered by a bunch of wild dog cruising some empty area and got killed. Those people get hurt by a bison. This guy got killed by his lion friends. I mean, yes, it's happening all the time during those windows. The reptilians stimulate and manipulate animals' minds for them to behave eccentrically, erratically, dangerously, and in that case, kill the owner. Reptilius. What are you doing to help me to warn people to protect yourself against those entities? How many an example we have to give you for you to understand the importance of helping me and realize that unless we associate and we work psychically, positively to counteract those nasty entities, we're going to lose more and more people. And you could be next. Before his execution, a death row inmate, that is an interesting one. You forgive them. That's pretty shocking. Usually it's the opposite. You know what? Please forgive me. Now it's him who says, oh, I forgive you. But to tell you how infected people are, there's absolutely no sense of responsibility or respect for others. Dutch Olympian jailed after 110 pounds of drugs found in his car. I mean, what the hell? 110 pounds of drugs in your car. That's pretty shocking. Well, he didn't have enough money, enough fame. Well, you know, like all those rich, famous people, they need drugs. They need drugs to sleep. They need drugs to act. Reptilius infected, they use drugs to hijack your body, your mind, and your soul. Sea transit workers save man from oncoming train. Well, this guy thanks his positive cosmic biorhythm. It was not time for him to die. Okay, so it's a shocking. You don't see that every single day. This guy just falling in there, pushed by the reptilius. The next thing you know, the Draconis next door help this man to grab him and take him out of the rail and being crushed to death. Positive cosmic biorhythm. If it was a negative cosmic biorhythm, this person would be dead, or both of them would be dead. But have you ever bothered to find out what a cosmic biorhythm is all about? Yeah. Well, there it is. You have the link. Click on it. Epic video shows spacecraft test its emergency abort system. Wow. When you think that NASA awarded Boeing $4.2 billion to build little robots to go on Mars, you can see how the greed, the manipulation, the miscommunication, the deception taking place with those laws infected scientific reptilians infected corporation. You're never going to go on Mars. Robots go there, yes. But don't you think all these billions should be used to better ourselves, to help those who need help, to educate themselves? Or a poor young mother raising 2 kids because her boyfriend or her husband who got her pregnant is a drug addict and is rotting in jail. Don't you think those billions should be used for a human race instead of racing to a planet? I just don't understand. I just don't understand how people can be so gullible. But so it is. And then they tell you, well, they don't know that Mercury is retrograde, so maybe the aborting plan was forced to be aborted. You know, you can't trust NASA. You just cannot trust NASA in everything they tell you. Discovering a new planet every single day. Pretty much like, you know, Christopher Columbus discovering America. They've always been there. There is trillions and billions of planets. So they will amuse you for trillions and billions of years with their lies and wasting time and wasting money. Just put some money to go, technologically speaking, look what's going on out there. But don't make me believe that one day we're going to leave on Mars. But you would have to pay me a hell of a lot of money to be that stupid. And I'm not 25 years old. I'm nearly 70 years old. So I've been around. Pay attention. NASA Curiosity rover snapped an airy image of the March horizon. Again, you know that they have to amuse you. So they're going to have a lot of eerie image of Mars horizon. Man, I can't believe it. All they want is you to support their endeavors. They don't want you to ask questions. They are the family, the children of the children of the children that build those nukes in the 1945, that don't want to go to work like we do. They are too smart to have a normal job. They want to make little robots and go on Mars, or make you believe you're going to go on Mars. And if they manage to go close to the moon, after spending trillions and trillions of dollars, that's as far as we went, 200 miles. When they manage to do that, then it'll be for the rich people to be able to see from the moon, not for you or me, or whatever. Okay, the 1-ton wizard rock has magically returned to an Arizona national forest. Well, I don't know, this lunatic decided to grab that rock, take it home. But the point is, you cannot hide such a rock. So I don't think he wanted to pay the $5,000 or $10,000 or going to jail. So I said, well, I better put it back. Okay, stupid. Pretty shocking. Yeah, go and pick up a big rock like that. I don't know, my friend. Porn star Jessica James died. Well, she committed suicide. She was born March 18. In fact, I have a chart right here. And if you can see, she was born with the tail of the dragon in the sign of Pisces, okay? With Mars, the tail in the sun. So positive Pisces is me. I'm a Pisces, swim upstream. Einstein, Michelangelo, George Washington, the fish that swim upstream, love and light. She was a teacher, like all Pisces. I'm a teacher. She's a teacher. But the tail of the dragon drag her into the negative fish of drugs, alcohol, deception, porn, anything that is gluttony. And of course, being a Pisces dragon tail more than any other sign, she is naturally prone to suffer serious addictions. And we are talking about drugs, alcohol, or anything else that the reptilius offer that soul. Now imagine that. That was supposed to be her last life. When you were born with the tail in Pisces, supposed to be your last life. It ain't going to be her last life. It's going to be a new one for her. But inhale. She's going to definitely become and support and reinforce the negativity of the reptilius. She was just victimized by the reptilius. The reptilius knows they are cosmic conscious. They knows this human was born with the tail in Pisces. So she was an easy target to not only to become addicted, but to addict other people with porn. There you go. Now, an interesting one here. A study done with identical fraternal twins found that some people really are more attractive to mosquitoes. Why mosquitoes choose you? Well, again, the scientific community will come up with their rational explanation, which makes total sense. And, you can read it. I don't have to, because I know it makes sense. But the question is now, why the reptilius or the Draconis extraterrestrial groups would choose you? Ha! Now that's the question. It's not mosquitoes, even though that there is such a things of the insectious group of extraterrestrials, but what it comes down is that you have your physical DNA, okay, and then you have your spiritual DNA, or your UCI. Of course, science does not understand that just yet. So if you have a very strong uranic UCI like me, you're loaded with Aquarius energy, you would attract extraterrestrials. And they are not interested in talking to Trump or talking to the top scientists, or they don't care about your education now. Now they are master engineers. In fact, you will see some pictures of the master engineer extraterrestrials. So they are more after something they have lost, and we are at that junction right now, losing the spirit, losing the spiritual values, and understanding God, cosmic design. So if you wear a lot of gold, if you're positive, if you're extraordinarily curious and spiritual and dignified, you help people, you support people, you're an element of love and light, you're loaded with the sun, and then you wear gold, well, that's going to accentuate your vibrational system, your own personal vibrational system, or your cosmic energy. And then if you go around like all these gang losers with machine guns, with needle through your nose or your ears, knife in your pocket, uh, or if you surround yourself with anything that is metal, like in a tank, chances are the reptilians already own your life. So just be careful, my friends. Just be careful. Understand what I'm trying to tell you here, because after all, I am here only to help you to assimilate God's cosmic design and Jesus' initial cosmic ministry. And if that makes no sense to you because you just landed on my work, maybe you want to listen to other video and read again some of the newsletters associated, like this one, to this video. All right, my good friends, we come to an end again to this new, very eccentric, original, special YouTube video. I will ask all of you, of course, to be part of the solution. Click, hey, Dr. Turi, I like your stuff. You're a weirdo, but I like your stuff because it's real. And be part of the solution by sharing my work, because a lot of people need to know what's going on here. All right. Until then, make it a beautiful day, guys. And we love you. Bye-bye.